Hey guys, I'm here. We're talking about UFC Hamburger. This is my predictions for all the fights. I think it's very keep note. Then I try make this live. Alright, for the first fight of the night, Ketlov vs Silva. It's hard to talk because it's the guys have a different style of fight. We know for Ketlov it's better keep the fights up and try to TKO. While for the Brazilians, it's better put the fight on the far and try the submission. It'll be a great fight to watching. There's everything can happen, but of course I change for the Brazilian boy. The second fight is called the Snapgran and Emerson. It's hard to choose two, but we have a little details. Hamilton have as good on TKO and submission, while Haskan is just the way for him is TKO. And they both have a big power in the hand. They have a good chance to over this fight with a bench and when less waiting. But the Hamilton can use the jiu-jitsu when the fight don't look so good for him. Yeah, I know that he used this. We know that when the fight is not good for us on a place, we change it and we try to win in different forms. This is a good for him, so. And I'm with him for the win. For the third fight, we have a Daniel versus Colombo. This fight is hard for me talking because I saw just saying the numbers, correct? Daniel. Over 100% of all of your fights by TKO. He had 6 wins and 1 loss. Seriously, this is incredible. But Colombo, over 70% of your fights by TKO too. But Colombo have a good chance to over the fight by submission. He fights a good in submission too, but that's just the same thing. This fight can over in the first few seconds, or this fight can over in the third round, the second, the first. I don't know. Everything can happen. This fight can over any moment and any time. I'm with Daniel for the win. In the fourth fight of the night, you have Lepus and Isa. Serious is a little obvious that I go with the Brazilian boy again, and for him the best way is try the submission. Here in 62% of your fights by submission, but his opponent wins 60%. These guys have a good chance to put the fight to the floor, play the fall when over there. Alright, but the Brazilian have a good punch, have a good power on the hand too. But I don't know. I think that he's not going to use this. When you try putting parts in his jiu-jitsu, or is better, and it's more safe for him and for try the victory. In the other fight is the girls fight. Serious. Before talking the girls, I just will say one thing. The girls fight for me is always the better. Serious, independent of everything. You can have the best of pound for pound on the night, but the girls are supreme. Hers has amazing fights always happen. This guy's always did amazing fights. I don't know why, but I love it. Alright, and the night will be Evan Smith and Macedo. It's hard to choose because for Smith it's better keep the fights out and try to TKO. And for Mercedes, try to play the fall and try over the fight by submission. It's two different things. It's anything hard to choose. But for me, I will choose the Evan Smith. She's a favorite, and in the statistics we can see this. Most guys choose her, and I can't be different. I will choose her too. The other fight will be Saboja and the Dalby. Seriously, it's other difficult fight. Serious. UFC may always make a good match of fight. because put a guy that is good in TKO in submission with a guy that's a good on submission, and while one is good at TKO, others are good on submission. We don't know how to choose. We don't know what to do. As a kind of fight, as everything can happen, and this fight is happened this again. Right, and Saboja is good in TKO and Jiu-Jitsu, and he opponent job is just good in TKO. What I have to talking about this, I don't know. Everything it can happen like the others fight, like all fights of the night, because it's hard to choose. We talk one thing, we choose on fighting. Sometimes he's not in his day. It's not a good day for him. It's not a good night for him. Then the Saturday night will be amazing. Everything can happen, everything we will have some surprise or maybe not, but I hope for very surprising in the last 3 fights. But for this fight I choose Sabocha. He have more chance, and doesn't matter, for him it's better try the submission. For it's a safe place for him, it's a safe form to him win the fight. Alright. The next fight will be the homeboy, Ayari, and Wallhead. I don't go choose the homeboy, but we need to pay attention on one thing. And when the Brazilian guys fight in Brazil, the energy of these guys is amazing. The guys scream the name and cheer so good so far, it's crazy. And I think that can't be different there in Germany. We have 2 hometown boys, and everything can happen. We don't know how to choose the favor the guys of fights. We're gonna have the people's in your favor is amazing. But I will choose the Wallhead because he's a complete fight. He's have more time on this. We can win this fight by submission, but at the same time we can win by TKO. While your opponent is to try win, is try make a safe fight, is try put on the floor and try the jiu-jitsu and try over by submission. It's a better way for the homeboy win, but I'm not with him. Alright, and the next fight is Hein and Bang. It's a crazy fight, right? The Bang win all your 50% of your fights by TKO. And the other boy, Hein, 31% of your fights by submission. Okay, what will happen last fight? I don't know. Serious. The Bang boy can come and over the fight by TKO in the first few seconds. Yes, this can happen. But he can make any mistake, and the homeboy Hein try to put the fight on jiu-jitsu and over. And this can happen. Yeah, this is impossible. No, when you're talking about MMA, we're talking about jiu-jitsu, we're talking about UFC. Really, everything can happen, right? And then now we go for the last 3 fights of the night. It's a perfect match in the last 3 fights of the night. It's hard to choose because all the fights is good. All the fights have a big punch on the hand. And the fight of the fighters is perfect because the most guys over the fights by TKO. Some fights don't pass for the first round. Alright, it's over so far. Right, it's hard to choose. The first is Bader versus Latif. The favorite according to the numbers, the guys is Latif. Because he's better on the TKO, he's better on Jiu-Jitsu, he's most complete fighter. But we have a big problem on the way. Is Bader. He is a good man, he's a good fighter, and he never give up. Doesn't matter how hard is the fighting, how much power he have in the fight. He go there, change the fight, and can win without about ready. Right? It's hard to choose, but I go with him. Harm Bader, my choice for him. He is amazing fighter. He's an amazing guy, and everything can happen. I know Latif can win. Yeah, he can win. Easy, yeah, but he can with a little work. But I don't know if he will win this fight, right? The main event of the night will be Alexander Gustafsson and Blachowicz. I don't go talk nothing. We know it's my favorite Gustafsson. We don't have enough to talk. But he needs to take care of one thing. His opponent is good and I play the fall. His opponent is good in Jiu-Jitsu. Then for him is is try neutralizing and I try first aiding his opponent when he try make play the fall. And try over this fight and TKO the faster than he can. Right? Over the fight soon and faster. You know. I'm with him for this fight and I hope that one day he have the chance to fight for the belt again. He deserves this. He's a good fight and maybe this fight can change a lot of things. These 3 fights they make we're talking a lot of things about the belt. Okay. And the main event of the night we know it's hard. It be a great fight, right? We have Arlovski and Andrei Arlovski and George Barnes. I don't have nothing to talk, right? I like the both fight, but sometimes I don't like stop to watch the Barnes fight. Right? Sometimes it just don't make a great fight. You know, don't give a show for it. And Arlovski, you know, the most part of your fight it was a war. And it was a show that everybody liked to see it and watch. I trained Arlovski. The most guys will change Barnes, but sorry, I changed Arlovski for a lot of things. I know this fight came over in the first few seconds or in the last round, but it depends a lot. But for Barnes, it's better he try a strategic fight, put the fight on the floor, and try to make him jog into the mission and anything like that. But for Arlovski, it's better first thing they try and fall. And what I can say, try over the fight by TKO. You know, Barnes is a good guy, but he don't have a good resistance to the punch, to hard punch, and is everything is going on. But this is here my predictions to UFC Hamburger. Sorry for any mistakes and anything like that. I'm nervous. I'm back at this. I don't know if I can do this every time. Right? Everything can happen. He is my favorites. I just hope everybody liked this video. I just hope that everybody can sit and watch the UFC tomorrow. We will be on Twitter. Comment the event. The Twitter will be in the description of this video. I hope that everybody can enter there, follow me, and that we can comment this UFC together like we do every weekend. Alright, just hope that everybody like this, and we're ready for my friend video call with the Mr. Wrong's predictions. I hope that this time you can make better, you know, you can accept more fights than one. But so I thank you guys, and I hope that everybody liked this video. And I promise sharing more and more infos and the predictions about UFCs here with everybody. Thank you, and hope that everyone have a good day. Bye.